team looking to get their first win of the season. At the jump, it's Gam lining up across from Brandon Rake. Gam wins the tap to Thomas and Dykhouse, the sophomore point guard from Zeeland.
Well, let's see how quickly Hope's able to shake off a little bit of rust. We haven't seen him in such a long time. And if Alma, having 3 games under their belt already, can show that experience and get out to a little early hot start.
Thomas on the right wing. Drives left side, and he's fouled driving to the lane. And it looks like they're going to get Isaiah Williamson with the foul. Some of you may notice Jeff Bickus getting the start for the Dutchman tonight. Preston Granger not playing tonight. One of many players not dressed for the Dutchman. TJ McKenzie, Jake Honer, Calvin Hackert, Sam Veree, Preston Granger, Noah Hedrick, Tanner Wiegerink, all not dressed tonight for the Dutchman.
Yeah, and with the shallow lineup, we're going to see a little bit more guard play since most of the bigs have been shuffled around a little bit. Great opportunity here for Bickus, and we're going to see Hope spread the floor.
Bickus puts up the mid-range, knocks it down. First points of the season go to Jeff Bickus, filling in for Preston Granger. Bickus saw some minutes last couple of years, stepping in big in his first start here of the year. Feeding it inside, Gam fronting, tipped, and that one's out of bounds off Brandon Rake. A turnover, Dutchman basketball.
Great defensive play there by Gam, able to hold out and prevent the entry pass, and a good job by Dykhouse coming over to force the inopportune pass.
Dykhouse now up the floor for the Dutchman. And as you mentioned, a little bit different lineup. You've got 3 guards out there as George takes it hard to the rack, can't finish. I wondered if they would fill in Bickus or just go with a very small lineup with a 3rd guard out there. Drive baseline kick into the corner here. Diamond from Jennison is fouled by Dykhouse as that Hope bench really fired up and providing some energy early.
Good pressure defense early by Hope, and we're going to see how Alma comes out. We've seen so much emphasis put on Cliver this season, and he's been a revelation for this team, almost averaging 19 a game, and he really facilitates this entire offense.
That's Cliver with the nice assist down low, easy bucket for Brandon Rake.
And Rake's a returner, started for the last year and a half, and has done a really good job being a big presence for this team.
George feeds down low. Bickus hit the last mid-range, and he likes that shot.
And that's too easy. You got to close out on him. He's shown that capability of shooting, and if you can stretch the floor, that's going to really help this offense out.
Diamond trying to drive right side. He's got some room, but Gam read it from a mile away, swats it.
Love that defensive effort by Gam. 2 great plays on that side at the end already.
Gam's a guy in his senior year here who saw varying playing time throughout his career and really stepped up last year as one of the bigs, got stronger, trimmed up, looking athletic, and a great play starting out the season there for Ryan Gam.
And something we don't really talk as much about him is his ability to pass. He's such a good facilitator with the ball in the low paint.
Good defense there, but tough to defend Cliver. The turnaround mid-range from the paint, tied up at 4.
Incredible shot there, and he's shown such an ability to shoot off the dribble this year.
Dykhouse pulls up, won't go. Dykhouse, another guy with some shooting ability we saw in high school, and stepping into a starting role here as a sophomore. They expect big things from him.
Dykhouse and Thomas coming into their sophomore seasons, both starters for most of the season last year, and were just great for this Hope team.
Thomas all the way, looked like he's bumped on the way through. Also looked like the ball was off his leg, but it's going to stay with Hope.
I like the early aggressiveness, though, able to drive inside. We've seen Thomas do that twice now, and keep attacking the paint, force Alma to converge so he can knock it out for an easy 3.
Quick inbound to Bickus, but Alma read it right away. Here's Diamond.
Great read by Diamond.
Pull it out and get numbers. Williamson feeds down low. Turnaround right hand, a little too strong for Rake. Gam on the board.
I like the post move, but he really could have just gone up strong with it there. Good close out by Gam.
Dykhouse with a strong drive, used the shoulders, got to the side, finished with the left hand.
And Clade had so many electric drives last year, just unable to finish. Let's see if he can really figure that out this season.
Free ball, good. Bargesser knocks it down.
And we were talking about before the game, Alma 35% three-point shooting team, and that's going to really dictate how they perform in this matchup.
Thomas step back three, Gam with a nice board. Thomas wants to take another one. He's open, won't go. The Dutchman a little cold from outside to start, and that was the case for some long stretches last season as well.
Exactly. Hope finished 32nd with 32% shooting after a great hook there by Rake. They really have to pick that up this year. It was such an Achilles heel, and really getting on the offensive board could help also.
Hope trails by 3 early. Gam wants the long 2. Didn't like it right off of his hand. Here come the Scots. Cliver looking to go himself, losing it. Great defense by Thomas. Still rolling around. He's got a steal to Bicus, and now Dykehouse. Dykehouse looking to drive again on the bigger man, pushes him off. Blocked, and it's rebounded by Isaiah Williamson.
Great defensive play there by Williamson, not falling into the shoulder, able to use his length to get a good block.
George forced to foul Cliver on the drive, and Alma out to a 3-point lead, and Cliver is going to head to the stripe here for 2 shots.
And we're seeing Alma attack. They're playing downhill fast. They're obviously a guard-dominated team, and they're really forcing Hope to run early.
Well, Alma's given up 90-plus points in all 3 of their games and haven't been able to keep up, so I think perhaps a point of emphasis for them is to play fast, try and get to the rim, and see if we can win a shootout. Cliver knocks down the first. So Alma out to the early lead here. Some subs coming in. Danny Beckman in for the Dutchman, as well as Harris Hawkins. Beckman missed last year as a senior this year. He's just a warrior, someone who lives basketball, back out there for one final season with the Dutchman. It's Cliver knocks down the second.
It's very exciting to see him back out there, and he can really bolster this team off the bench.
Hawkins, the sophomore from Lexington, Kentucky. George surveys. Beckman can shoot. That's something that runs in the Beckman family. Josh Lilja in the game for the Dutchman as well. Shot clock running down. George creates some space but can't knock down the shot. Scots looking to extend their lead.
George unable to hit there, but he was really their best three-point shooting option last year. I like him being aggressive early.
Lilja, great defense, and that's all you can do to just barely force a miss from Cliver.
Lilja's a great athlete, able to come in and play 2 through 4, honestly.
Good feed to Gam. And you're going to get a foul on Brandon Rake here. It's 2 big guys going in. Rake, about the biggest guy out on the floor, listed at 6'8", 220. Looked like he stood his ground pretty well there. That's a tough one on Brandon Rake.
And something to mention there, Rake can't afford to get into foul trouble. There's not a lot of length on this Alma team to counteract these Hope bigs.
Inbound to Gam. George also a shooter. Shooters galore for the Dutchman. Haven't been able to hit so far. Maybe it's an outside shot that sparks his team. Nice drive from Beckman. Scoops with the left hand. Pretty finish.
Tough finish. That takes a lot of strength to be able to fight off a defender on your right side and finish with a left hand.
So Cliver will bring it up here, guarded by Lilja. Lilja doing a great job, getting pesky. Poking it away. Playing aggressively, getting away with it. Gam swings around, and he will be called for the foul. So the Dutchman went to the well one too many times trying to get some hands in there, and Gam is the one who suffers with the foul call, his first.
And we talk about Lilja. He was really able to carve out some minutes last year with his defensive presence and just ability to dominate at that end of the floor. He's showing it early in this game, too.
It's pretty clear, judging by the way this bench has provided energy, and Coach Mitchell has been on his guys in the defensive end, that they've made it an emphasis to get their hands up and try to make some plays in passing lanes. And on the dribbler, on the defensive side, we'll get a foul before the inbound here. Lilja picks up his first.
You're seeing a decent amount of fouls so far that can probably be attributed to the first game of the season, getting some jitters out, not fully cohesive as a team yet, switching and all that type of action. So we'll see if that continues. A good defensive play there by Lilja.
Yeah, as you can see on the replay there, Lilja certainly with the hold, jumps back and pokes it away.
And for Alma, a lot of their points so far have been in that fast break mentality, obviously through Cliver. Let's see if they can set something up, get a big. We've seen a couple guys able to knock down threes.
Burgasser feeds in. Beckman hustling. He's fouled. And it's going to be Dutchman basketball. Xavier Glenn, the freshman from Macomb, picks up his foul. Glenn's the guy that's come off the bench and seen some playing time. Good height from Xavier Glenn. It looks like he's gotten some good minutes. Certainly a player for the Scots fans watching to keep an eye out for in the next few years.
Very excited to see how he progresses, but you do see a little bit of a breakdown with Drake out of the game and just a youthful spirit in Glenn.
Nice curl inside Bicus and a nice pump fake up and in for the 2. Bicus quickly with 6 of the 10 points for the Dutchman.
Definitely surprising, just doing a good job finding his spots and fighting through screens and getting an open shot.
Bikes is a guy listed at 6'6", but certainly has athleticism. Another guy that can probably guard a few positions. And a 5-second call. This defense is just ramped up right now for Hope College. They'll take the ball back, chance to take the lead.
You never see that. Just so much more pressure being put on this year. We really didn't see these hard closeouts last year. It was definitely a point of emphasis this offseason.
Bicus here, left wing. He'll put up the long 2. Stepped on the line when he shot it, but no good either way.
A little bit of a heat check there. Let's see how they run.
Cliver, diamond, drives, floater, and it's short. Bicus had the rebound, had it poked away, but they'll say it's off of Hope, and it'll stay with Alma. So both teams with some scrappy basketball. As Evan Thomas checks back in, he'll take the place of George. Tyler George, the junior from Forest Hills Central. Another one of those sharpshooters on this Hope team. Jackson Halbert, the freshman, going to get his first minutes here. And Halbert's another one of the guys in this freshman class, 6'7", one of the tallest classes I've seen coming into Hope in so many years. Checking in for the Scots, Isaiah Williamson coming back, and Xavier Barguester heading to the bench. Bordeaux, only freshman in this starting lineup. Xavier Glenn, mid-range, knocks it down.
I love that jab stuck there by Glenn, able to put his defender back a little bit, just creates so much separation, and that's such a clean-looking shot.
Giving Bicus a taste of his own medicine. Now Bicus. Lilja with the drive, kick to Thomas in the corner. They should have the rotation. Beckman wants it himself instead, and it won't go. Outside shooting woes continue. Bordeaux now. Left side corner 3 is good. Isaiah Williamson.
That's a tough shot there by Williamson. Hand in his face. Just able to show the ice in his veins.
Beckman, top of the key. Defended well by Diamond. Curling over to Beckman here. Alma, staunch on the perimeter. Nice move by Lilja to get inside. Through contact, and it'll go. And they really had to work for a basket on that possession.
And Lilja looks great so far. And we see Alma really collapsing inside right now until Hope can prove that they can hit open threes.
Cliver up top. Xavier Glenn. Set the screen. Cliver wants it himself. Left side. Couldn't go. Thomas, that's got to be over the back. And indeed it will be. And Thomas, one of those guys that could play a guard spot, can shoot from outside, can drive really well, but he can also play as far down as a 4 if you want to play a really small lineup. He's got the ability to go up and get boards.
Yeah, he's a tough player, gritty player, can go up and get the ball, as you just mentioned, and he's just such a focal point for this team. And what we've seen so far is Hope play great defense and really just need to translate it to the offensive end.
Inside for Bicus, Xavier Glenn. Nice job in the paint defensively. It'll stay with Hope.
That's a tough inbound or entry pass, a little low. Let's see how they run this shot.
Beckman to inbound. Just get Thomas with the curl. Glenn giving Bicus a little bit of breathing room out there. Gets him up in the air. And one, the mid-range jumper. And that's one where you're thinking, are they going to get the foul call on this or not? But I suppose it wouldn't have mattered. Bicus seems to be automatic in the mid-range jumper game today.
Smart idea there. And Bicus has been such a big facet of this game for Hope so far. We weren't really expecting him to get the start tonight. And he's easily been the leading scorer and dominant, just knocking down open shots and forcing contact.
So with the foul, Glenn checks out for the Scots and Brandon Rake back in. Clayton Dykehouse in for the Dutchman. In and out for Bicus. So still a 2-point lead for the Scots. Back with the basketball. Cliver, not a guy that's going to leave the court very much for the Scots.
No, and Cliver has Thomas on him right now, one of Hope's better defenders. Usually plays a little bit on bigger guys.
Nice job, the secondary defenders there, by tipping the ball so it couldn't get through on the entry, but it's going to stay with the Scots. That's one where you're in a tough spot as a defender in between the pick, the roll, and just a couple guys on the backside you can see keeping hands in that passing lane. Get it into Rake. Cliver wants a long three, well defended, no good. Offensive rebound chance. Beckman tried to save it, but he was bumped out of bounds. Scots will get another chance.
Love the effort there by Danny Beckman, and a good closeout earlier by Evan Thomas. Obviously, Cliver's averaging over 7 threes a game. Got to get a hand up on him.
Trying to get to Cliver. Thomas going to do his best to keep him from taking over this game. Down to a knee, he's double teamed. Wide open inside, Bicus with the late recovery on Rake. And a nice defense there, poked away by Jackson Halbert, the freshman, off a Rake, and Hope's going to get it back.
It's a headsy play. You don't see that from the freshman in his first game very often. And Rake got to get the shot up a little bit quicker. You can't hold the ball in the paint for 3 seconds.
Halbert's a kid who's played some AAU ball in West Michigan and Indiana. If you've seen him on his way in, a lot of the locals know him, being a local kid, and excited to see what he can do as a freshman, get some playing time early. Beckman wants the long ball, knocks it down. 3 ball for Beckman.
Great shot there by Beckman, and a really good screen set by Halbert we were just talking about.
Casey Constant in the game for the Scots. Looking to feed it down to Williamson. Williamson baseline kicked out. That's off of the Scots. It'll be Hope basketball. Hope's got the lead, the ball back. And again, I can't stop noticing the energy we're seeing from the Hope bench when you compare it to what you see from the Alma side. Right away in the first possession, they wanted to make an impact in the game.
And Hope's defense has just been stifling, which really picks up your bench at the same time. And Alma really needs to try to find a little bit more of offense in a half-court situation. They've just been so dependent on Cliver to carry the load and force the ball up the court, but they've had so many turnovers so far.
I do like their concerted effort to try and get it inside to Rake and Williamson at times, but Hope again has just done such a good job being prepared and recovering and just getting handsy, and maybe they pick up a few more fouls as this game goes on, but right now it's paying off. Gam trying to work inside on Rake. Rake defensively stops and got a pretty good look up, better than I had thought.
Yeah, I love the head fake there, just unable to finish. He'll knock down the next one.
Rake looking for the handoff. Constant. Beckman keeping him right in front. Constant wants to drive right side here. And some confusion at the top, and a foul called as 2 Scots players were fighting with each other for the basketball. They're going to get Evan Thomas with his first.
Yeah, I didn't see much of a foul there, but that was a little confusing on the Alma, and it looked like neither of them wanted the ball a little.
Weren't sure if it was a teammate or a defender.
Yeah, you take it.
Cliver trying to go inside, turns right, off the mark. Rake tried to get the O board and bounces it out of bounds.
And Hope's just doing such a good job coming over and playing help defense. That's just a tough shot there for Cliver, a smaller guy trying to spin in.
Full timeout here for the Scots. 10:03 left, halfway through the first half. 17-16, Hope leads Alma in a pretty exciting defensive first half of basketball. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back after this.
It's no secret. The best way to learn about Hope College is to spend time on our campus. The Hope admissions team invites you to a personalized visit experience you won't forget. Located in downtown Holland, Michigan, our historic campus is close to shopping and dining and just 10 minutes from Lake Michigan. We invite you to check out our campus tour options or sign up for an online tour with the Hope admissions office. There's never been a better time to see Hope College. Visit us at hope.edu/admissions.
Welcome back inside DeVos Fieldhouse. Blaine Wiersbicki and Noah Russo here bringing you the action. Hope's got a 1-point lead over Alma. First game for the Dutchman. Really not sure what to expect when you've got several guys not dressing, including a starter and a few guys that get pretty regular playing time. Alma 0-3 to start the season, but they look pretty determined here to come out and try to get a win on the road. Pretty difficult place to get a win in Hope College's history for the men's or the women's team here. And Alma a little bit different here, coming in with no fans. So wonder how many teams are going to try and take advantage on the road this year without having the rowdy fans and the road games. But nonetheless, still got to travel, get the win, and the Scots holding up very well right now.
And we've seen it in Division I basketball this year. The road-home matchup just hasn't mattered quite as much. And we always talk about the bring your own energy. We were talking about during the girls' game last week, and Hope's definitely been the team that's gotten that boost from their bench so far.
Dykehouse brings it in, and not on the same page. This is a steal. Looking to go all the way. Missed the layup. Bargesser, and Hope very fortunate to avoid giving up a bucket there.
Love the read there by Bargesser. Just
George rejected by Rake there. Thomas will inbound here.
Great block there by Rake, really showing how 6'8" looks out on the wing.
Hope swings it around. They're looking for Bicus. This has been his shot. That's the best closeout yet of the day, and he misses this time around.
I have a feeling they were telling their forwards to get out and on him a little bit more.
Cliver wants to go the length, and he'll pick up the foul. And they're going to get Bicus here with his first. So everybody out there for the Dutchman with 1 foul, 16 fouls to 5 for Alma. So Cliver, the Scots' leading scorer, to the line, knocks down the first.
And Alma's a 68% free throw shooting team. Not good, not terrible, but definitely something they could improve on this season.
Cliver's definitely one of the guys you count on to knock him down when he goes there, but he'll split the pair, and we're tied at 17 apiece. Inside to George. Difficult angle on the cut there, trying to get inside for Gam. Gam probably a little further from the basket than he wants to be. Thomas with the shot fake. Really just kind of packing it in right now. The Scots are making sure there's a couple guys in the paint. Shot clock running low. Dykehouse wants to try and create on his own. Needs to find someone to go to. Bicus doesn't see the shot clock, and he passes it inside to Gam. No crowd noise here. His bench was trying to urge him to get the shot up, but got to have a little bit better awareness there.
And good defense there by Alma, able to switch and hit him at every point, and that picked up the Alma bench.
So Alma back the other way. And what's felt like a really defensive first half. Bicus, like a free safety, trying to get the interception, but Rake gets it right back. And probably could have had an and one there. He'll take the 2. George all alone in the corner for 3, no good. Gam tries the O board. Thomas tried to get the ball, and I believe we're gonna have a foul on Casey Constant here. Alma bench wanted the foul on Thomas, but it seemed Thomas perhaps had the inside edge, and it'll be Hope ball.
It was a hit play, probably could have gone on anyone. And then on the Alma, great job there by Rake not giving up on the play, but you got to get back on defense. Ty George had a wide open 3.
Yeah, and Hope really not knocking down the 3s to start. We talked about them having some struggles last year from outside. They got a lot of guys on this team that are considered shooters, and we know can make those plays, but we get into the games, and it's been a trouble, and it's been that way to start tonight as well. Hope just 1 of 8 as a team from 3. Beckman back into the game here. Dykehouse will take a seat. Thomas will get it into Beckman. Casey Constant will pester him. Thomas back over to Gam now. Constant again really trying to prevent Beckman from getting the basketball. George will step into a 3. That one way long. Constant with the rebound.
That was a tough shot there, and Alma just continuing to pack it in and force Hope to knock down perimeter shots.
Looking to get it inside. Got Mouse in the house with Beckman. They couldn't take advantage with Rake on Beckman. And at the end of the day, Alma's going to get it right back. Looking on the replay here, a chance. And Hope certainly want that one right back. Looked like a chance to head the other way to get a 2. So Cliver His team with a 2-point lead. Trying to get it inside, hustling and poked away by Hawkins. Oh, that's a tough pass and probably not a very good idea from Beckman, and they give it right back to the Scots. Cliver wants to drive, but it looked like he carried, held the ball up, shuffled the feet, tried moving again. Don't see too many carries called, but that one looked a little funky.
I was about to say that, and Cliver is showing a little disdain for that, but it was clearly a carry. He stopped altogether and flipped his hand under, and there hasn't really been a momentum grasp in the second part of the first half so far. We'll see which team can come out. Obviously, both teams are playing great defense, but who can start knocking down some shots, putting the pressure on the other offense?
Beckman going right into Diamond, who's playing some stout defense. Alma starting to pick up the pressure a little bit in their man coverage here on defense. Trying to feed it into Gam. Had a tough start. Shot fake from Beckman. Wildly goes in and tries to bank. Really just not a lot of good shots coming in here for Hope, but we're going to have a foul here on Isaiah Williamson. His second.
And Hope has just not shown so much of a capability to drive inside so far. They keep trying to set up hesitation moves and isolation ball, and it's just not working for them thus far. Gonna have to run a little bit more of a motion offense, maybe some high pick and rolls.
Bordeaux into the game as Hawkins heads to the line. Knocks down the first here. That was the 7th foul on the Scots, so the 1-and-1 bonus here. Lilja back in, will take the place of Evan Thomas. Chance to tie it up here. Hawkins can't get the second. The lead is still Alma's. Cliver brings it up the floor here in empty, nearly empty DeVos Fieldhouse. 7 minutes left in the half here. Rake just looking for something to do at the top of the key. Cliver looking like he wants to try and take over. Foul here. Both officials looking at each other. Dutchman want to charge, but instead they're going to get Lilja, I believe, with the foul.
I think Lilja might have been within the restricted arc, and a good try there to draw a charge. We were talking about that last game, just unable to be aware where his feet were. And we've seen Cliver get to the line a lot in this first half.
Cliver not able to hit this one either. He missed his last one to split the pair at the line, and going to stay at 50% here. Cliver able to get the second. Alma lead back to 2 points, 20-18. And again, as you mentioned, Noah, just not really any big swings here going into the locker room at halftime yet. Still plenty of time to play.
Hope's 1 of 9 from 3 right now. It's just such a surprising statistic. And Alma's only 2 of 4, but they're just not shooting as much.
Long 2 for Gam, and they needed that one. George passed up the 3, made him a nice pass, open up the baseline jumper.
Great look there for Gam, and that'll just put a little bit more pressure on this Alma defense. Now they have to close out, and it's going to set up a little bit more open shooting.
Hawkins out on the perimeter. Bargesser had a little trouble handling. Diamond steps back in the 3, and that one was nowhere near going in. Beckman now to George.
Diamond's got a clean looking shot, just rushed it a little bit there.
Gam right wing now, Lilja hands on him, and that's going to be a foul on Bargesser.
And we heard the contact that time.
Clayton Dykehouse checking back in for the Dutchman. He will take the place of Tyler George. Lilja with a chance to break the tie here at the line. Back into golf commentator mode here. Free throw line in the empty house. No good for Lilja. Tied at 20. Cliver has it poked away by Lilja. Lilja's got a chance going the other way. He goes in for the dunk and just decides to drop it in. He had Cliver right on his back. What a play there.
Great explosive play there by Lilja. He's been such a defensive dominant player in this first half.
And makes it a tough go for Cliver with the rebound. The Hope bench energizing this team. Dykehouse looks like he wants a push. Now he steps back on Bargesser. Tough baseline pass. Lilja with the finish. Great two-man game, and that's going to force an Alma timeout. Look at the explosion off the bench for the Dutchman. They've got a 4-point lead. That's a great pass that you're not sure if it's going to get through. It's got to be perfectly placed, and Dykehouse seeing the hot hand and Lilja get him a back-to-back basket here. After missing the free throw, just coming out with the energy. Stop, Cliver on the other end, come back, get another basket, and that's a great little run for the junior guard out of Libertyville, Illinois.
And that might be the beginning of that little momentum swing we were talking about. Just able to get a defensive stop, make a great offensive play, good backdoor. Dykehouse second on the team last year in assists, and Lilja just continues to be a presence in this first half.
Ryan Clark in his second season at the helm of the Alma College men's basketball program, and a great timeout there from him. I think you talk about there's been so little in terms of the swings of momentum. We haven't seen the runs, and you can sniff something starting for Hope, the energy picking up, and that's a great time to use that timeout and say, all right, let's not let this get started, regroup, and try and get right back to a one-score game here. So it's going to be Bordeaux to bring it up the floor. The freshman from Almont. Cliver now. Hope's done about as well as anyone at pestering Cliver. Ray couldn't handle it, and he swung it out of bounds. It's going back to the Dutchman. Turnover started to become a little bit of an issue in this first half. I believe that's the 10th in the first half for the Scots.
It is the 10th, and that's just an unforced error, just a catch and grab. And they're really trying to bring Cliver into a post-up situation down in the paint despite his size, and it's just not working with this stifling Hope defense.
Kick out, Dykehouse in the corner. He'll pull up for a three in Cliver's face, but left it well short. That hit nothing, and it's grabbed by Diamond. Bordeaux, and that's going to be a foul. Dykehouse just didn't think he was going to take off after the catch. Ran right into him.
Bordeaux won that contact there.
Dykehouse picks up his second foul. Lilja also with 2. Tyler George going to pop in and take the place of Clayton Dykehouse. Thomas going to come in. Expect to take Lilja's spot with 2 as well. And Bicus take over for Hawkins. So a pretty decent size lineup here with Gam, Bicus, Thomas in the game here. See if Hope tries to get the ball inside the paint and have a few of those guys driving. This would be a great time for Evan Thomas to try and take one to the hole. Bordeaux knocks down the first.
You talk about this Hope lineup. Both these bigs are capable of stepping out and hitting a mid-range jumper also, so they can still do a little bit of that spread play.
Second one, Bordeaux makes them both. 2-point game again.
That helps a lot. Now 6 of 8 from the free throw line. Hope's only 1 of 4, 25% on free throws tonight.
Bicus dead up top here and gets it to Gam. Got the 2 bigs out top. Trying to get this offense moving. Beckman inside, backdoor. George, nice move. High off the glass with the finish.
That's the second time they've gone backdoor on him. Just a good job running the action to the right side and having the left cutter.
Bordeaux stuck in the corner now. Rake trying to go at Gam. Beckman tried to sneak in for the steal, but that leaves a wide open Diamond. He won't make, and Beckman picks up the rebound. Looking to push. He's got Thomas the other way. Thomas on Cliver. He'll go in and finish. Cliver very weary of picking up his first foul of the game there and lets him get the 2.
Great job there by Beckman knowing when to push the ball, and an excellent finish by Thomas. Just such a good slasher as we saw last season.
A moving screen going to be called on Rake here. That's the second foul on Brandon Rake for the Scots, and as you mentioned earlier, not someone they want getting in foul trouble, forcing them to bring Jack Poling in to take his place. And Poling's a guy who's got some size. The junior is listed at 6'9" from Portland, Oregon, but again, you talk about limited amount of bigs, just 2 or 3 guys you get in there that you trust. You don't want to get those guys in trouble early on.
They're guys with limited amounts of experience. They just haven't played a ton of minutes so far based on the upperclassmen on this team.
Kick out, Beckman, no good from the wing, but Gam in position for the offensive board. Thomas now, he'll drive right side. Kick to Bicus, he'll try the corner 3, no good. Thomas working hard for a rebound underneath, but it's poked away. Beckman is going to be called for the foul, and Hope just will not quit going for the basketball today.
And Alma gets a break there, almost another steal off a rebound.
And in the bonus, That'll be free throws for the Scots. And just trying to work things out here. Our scoreboard's got it as a 1-and-1, the 9th foul on Hope. Diamond knocks down the first.
And this free throw is big. Alma's averaging almost a third of their points tonight at the line. Not really doing great in the half-court offense, but they're getting to the line and making free throws.
And Diamond knocks down both. Under 3.5 left here in the first half. Beckman leads it up the floor for the Dutchman. Bickus looked to go back door, but not on the same page with Thomas. A turnover for Hope, their 5th.
And that was by design. That was the play. They brought both bigs up to the elbows, trying to set a screen action, draw the attention away, so either Beckman, or excuse me, George or Thomas could sneak back door. It just didn't work out there.
Cliver inside, kicks out wide open. Bordeaux, late closeout by Bickus, perhaps affected the shot. That one rolls out. Hope trying to add to a 4-point lead. No one's going to pick up Evan Thomas, and he says, yes, please, I'll take 3, and the lead now 7 for the Dutchman.
It's not going to get any easier than that. That's shooting practice. That's warm-ups, and Thomas is so capable of hitting that shot. A little surprising he got left that free.
Nowhere to go on the right wing. Bargesser got stuck now to Cliver. He's going to step back for a fade, and not much you can do there to defend that for Evan Thomas.
I love that finish there by Cliver. He's able to push his shoulder in and knock down to such a clean-looking fadeaway.
Thomas guarded by Bordeaux. Gam, surprised he didn't think about a shot there. Tries to take it inside instead. It won't go. Bargesser ends up with the rebound. That's going to be long, corner of the backboard, and Bordeaux just threw that one away.
Yeah, I don't like the pass there, but I do love seeing the bigs out there and running. Pulling does a good job establishing himself in the paint, so you can earn minutes that way.
30-second timeout here for Hope with just under 2 minutes before halftime. Folks, fans are invited to support Hope College Athletics this year by purchasing a virtual ticket. When you purchase a ticket, your name is displayed on a seat in the DeVos Fieldhouse. On a seat in DeVos Fieldhouse, as well as on the live stream broadcast. Buy one or more for your entire family. While not an actual ticket to the event, your support helps our athletic program continue to provide transformational experiences for student athletes through the Orange and Blue Fund. Additionally, your support helps offset expenses for the live stream of athletic events. All virtual tickets must be purchased by Tuesday, February 2nd. That's this Tuesday, folks. Get them while you can. Visit hope.edu/virtual ticket for additional information. 5-point lead for the Dutchman, 31-26. A little bit lower scoring than one might have expected for this Hope team that likes to get up some shots, for this Alma team that's given up, as I mentioned before the game, over 90 points in each game, but their defense has certainly stepped up so far.
And Alma's forcing Hope to shoot open looks, and Hope's only 2 of 13 from 3 right now. Just a little bit of disjunction, and we talk about it after the layover. It's going to take a little bit for the shots to fall.
Thomas step backs on Bordeaux and airballs it. Diamond, who's seen extended playing time, he's hardly left the floor. Long one, Bargesser knocks it down. 3-point game.
Like that pass from the post, get an easy shot there for Bargesser, and he knocks it down.
Halbert into the game. The lefty will take the line drive 3 and knock it down. That's the first points of Jackson Halbert's college career.
What a way to get those points. Hope struggling from 3. Just get the freshman in there. Let him knock down a wide open deep 3.
Bargesser feeling himself after the last shot. This one won't go. Thomas getting way up there for the rebound. Shaking off Bordeaux on the way. Halbert, oh, he wants to take another. Goes inside instead. Harris Hawkins fakes left, goes right. That's a tough shot. Bargesser with some pretty good defense.
Great defense there by Alma, and got to attack now. Got to get into a 2-for-1.
Cliver wants to try it. He's off the mark. It'll drop harmlessly to Beckman, who will slow it down. They're going to try and get this down to 4 or 5 seconds if they can before Alma gets the ball back in their hands. They want to go at 7 seconds here, it looks like. And first time, it looks like Alma's going to get up and try and make some noise to help out their defensive end. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Beckman kicks out. 1 for 1 to start his career. It'll be 1 for 2. Halbert can't quite knock down the second. And thrown out of bounds here with 1.3 seconds left. Bordeaux turned it over just a few possessions ago, and this time not on the same page with Diamond.
And turnover number 13 in the first half. You hate to see it if you're a coach, and Hope's not going to get a good look, but they're going to get another opportunity.
Halbert thought he had 2 dribbles. He had 1. Coach Mitchell was telling him 1 dribble and shoot, and didn't quite get it up. So at the end of the first half, Hope College 34, Alma College 28. 6-point ball game heading into the locker room. And we talked about not knowing what to expect so much coming into this game for Hope. It's their first game, and they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys not even dressed. Significant players, got 1 starter in there, and they haven't played yet. Alma coming out 0-3. They've been getting up a ton of points defensively. They held Hope to 34, heck of a lot better than they've been giving up 45, 50, 55 points in some of these halves in the games they've played. So the defense has improved for Hope. The 3-point shooting woes continue a bit from what we saw last year. And what that ends up with, you average it out, pretty average half in terms of scoring, 34-28.
It has been a pretty average half in terms of the point differential, but I've loved the Hope guys that are making the most out of this opportunity, coming in and knocking down shots and hustling on both ends. We look at Bicus, Lilja, and towards the end of the half, Halbert able to get his first points.
Folks, take a look at those 2021 Athletic virtual tickets running across your screen. You want your name up here on the broadcast for everybody to see. Do you want to support Hope College Athletics? Do you want to support our ability to stream these games? More significant than ever this year. Can't come in the house to watch the game. You can watch from your home right here on the broadcast. Help support our ability to do so and these athletes here at Hope College. Get your virtual ticket at hope.edu/virtual ticket. We're going to take a break here at halftime. Hope with a 6-point lead over the Scots. We'll be right back for second half action after this.
Every day, the people of Hope College are
leading,
discovering,
believing,
dreaming,
Pursuing.
Serving.
Innovating.
Exploring.
Creating.
Collaborating.
Questioning.
Curing.
We are finding new ways to do old things.
We are challenging the status quo.
And building a legacy.
We are pursuing truth.
We are solving tomorrow's problems today.
We are thinking globally.
We are faithfully hoping.
We are celebrating victories.
This day and every day.
We are strengthened by our faith.
Bound by a shared commitment to building community.
And dedicated to providing our students with a world-class liberal arts education.
Faithful.
Welcoming, transformational.
This is Hope College.
The Hope experience is coming to an institution that is nationally renowned for its academics, its art, its athletics. It's a true family atmosphere. Everybody is genuinely excited that you're here and genuinely excited for your success.
The resources I've gotten from my peers around me, from professors leaning on each other, I think that's something that makes Hope special.
The faculty builds you up, encourages you. The students here are encouraging people, and you're not competing against one another. You're here to make sure you all have an amazing 4 years.
The thing I love about the campus is that Hope is big enough that you don't know everybody, but small enough that you feel like you do.
It's very easy to be able to walk up to someone and just introduce yourself. You can actually make a new friend every day if you really wanted to.
The people up here are amazing. Walking downtown in Holland, everyone's just been very welcoming to me.
The Hope experience is something where a student can come here and get that one-to-one experience and interaction with the professor, where there's an intentional discussion about what you're studying in class and how that translates into the larger world you'll be living in. That is a significant difference between just going to college to get a job and going to college to explore life.
You're not just a number in a class. You're coming to class and your professor knows you. So they're really able to invest in you more and mentor you in and outside of the classroom. And I really think that's special.
Because they are taking such a variety of classes, they find passions they didn't know they had. And so sometimes those lead to kind of life-changing decisions on what they want to do.
Getting to be a part of the athletic atmosphere we have at Hope is fantastic. You kind of know all the people from the other teams. It's its own special community. It brings everyone together.
My favorite thing about Hope is the community, a community of faith, but also a community of questioning individuals.
How Christian faith and academics come together really is student-driven. Hope provides that environment for students to figure out where that fit is right for them.
This is a place where anyone can belong and really find their community, their people. You can literally see yourself growing throughout your 4 years here.
Hope students are passionate. They are intelligent students. They want to be active in their learning. I feel honored to be part of that process, giving them the tools, exposing them to ways in which they can be these agents of change in the world.
Over the last several years, the museum has acquired a substantial collection of artworks made by artists from the Yoruba ethnic group in Nigeria. And when Anne Heath mentioned to me that she was thinking about teaching a seminar on African art, I thought it would be a great opportunity to get her and her students involved in researching our collection and figuring out a way to exhibit it.
We work with the Kreisinger Museum to help the director curate shows, exhibitions that he has on his schedule, and do the primary source research for him. and that will then turn out to be the labels, the wall text, the catalogs for the works in the show.
This class offers an opportunity for experiential learning at the highest level. The discipline of art history is basically the study of artworks that allows us to build up an understanding of individual artists. Then from the understanding of individual artists, we build up an understanding of different schools and movements, and then from the understanding of those different schools and movements, we build up an understanding of entire historical periods.
I don't think I've ever done anything like this before. It was definitely eye-opening and super challenging. It's a lot harder because we're not finding books that give us the answers to our questions. We're now looking at people who have already analyzed the work. It's kind of like we're analyzing it ourselves, but also through the lens and perspective of the artists themselves and other artists at that time.
It's been difficult, but it's also been really rewarding. So like when you do find something, it's like finding finding the real gold amongst the fool's gold, and like actually like getting the thing you need. And it's so much more rewarding than being like, well, of course, like I have this book. But yeah, I've had to like take like some like different approaches, like definitely like researching deeper and like learning like don't give up, like you're gonna have to like try a lot harder.
They're an opportunity for students to really put their skills into action by doing research that's often primary source research. That means nobody has done it before. And so they have to learn that kind of detective skills on how do you go out and find information that isn't readily available. So they have to be creative in their thinking. They have to have a lot of initiative. They have to be nimble. And they certainly have to work together.
This is interesting because it's like working as a team. So even though like I'm writing my own paper on like Duli Ladipo and like Nigerian contemporary theater, I'm still like checking in with my classmates, and sometimes like we find stuff like, oh, like I found this JSTOR article, or I found this on ArtNet, like swapping. So it's interesting being part of like a research community.
Even if they don't go into the arts as a career, these kinds of experiences, project management, follow through, collaboration, initiative, self-teaching, these are all the kinds of experiences that are going to hold them in good stead, whether they pursue a career in the arts or if they take opportunities outside of the arts. These kinds of, the kind of work they do in our department is completely relevant and helpful in lots of different career paths and vocations.
This is definitely not a typical undergrad art history course. This is much closer to graduate school work, or even to the kind of professional work that's done in museums and commercial art galleries. I've been a museum curator and director for more than 25 years now, and I've been involved over the course of my career in hiring dozens of people for jobs in museums, and the number one criteria is always whether they've done museum work before. And this course has given students that kind of background.
Hey folks, welcome back into DeVos Fieldhouse. Blaine Biersbicky and Noah Russo here bringing you the action. Hope with a 34-28 lead over Alma after one half of play. Just saw some of the highlights from the first half put together by our outstanding broadcast team. We just sit here and talk for a bit. Those guys do most of the work. Our camera crew and everybody in the back putting this broadcast together. Mentioned Hope with a 6-point lead, even though they struggled with shooting a lot. And Alma, I would say their biggest contribution to the Hope lead was giving them the ball back, wouldn't you say?
And that was a constant. 13 turnovers for Alma in the first half. Led to a lot of easy fast break points for Hope, or really just 8 fast break points. Alma did do a good job getting back on defense, but the shooting woes for Hope and Alma have just continued. Hope shooting 20% from 3, 3 of 15. Alma just 2 of 8. And Hope actually doing a good job inside the paint, able to get up to 40% from the field, but there's just been so many woes, and we've seen Alma get out to a little bit of a edge in the rebounding, 22-18. In defensive rebounds, they've really dominated, 20-13. Hope doing a little better on the offensive glass. Hope able to record 4 steals, Alma 2 blocks. Both teams got a little eager early with the fouls, able to calm down a little bit as the game went on. And it's really been a pretty even first half. We didn't see any massive differentials in categories, and we talked about a momentum shift, and we just never really got one. So we'll see if the offenses pick up in this half.
So the Scots will start the half with the basketball. Trying to go inside to Rake right away. Gam got one hand on it. Dykehouse helps out, pokes it away. We saw a lot of that in the first half. Williamson takes it inside, goes right by Bicus.
And that's not something we've seen a lot. We saw a lot in the first half. Williamson, the second leading scorer on this team, just wasn't super aggressive in the first half. Great job driving and using that power to get to the rim.
Williamson with 2 fouls, and so does Rake. The 2 bigs for the Scots, certainly something to keep an eye on. Gann wants to turn, go right side. Rake was right there ready. Bicus got the board, tried to put it up, tipped around, and the Dutchman will get it. Bicus thought about a 3. Thomas will try it instead, and he knocks it down. And then turn the shooting around to start this half to the Dutchman.
Now Evan Thomas has 2 of Hope's 4 threes, and he's heating up a little bit. Let's see if he can become more aggressive and knock down more shots.
Wide open on the 2 makes he's had. And Nate Diamond, one of those guys I mentioned earlier, he's a star for this team, but it seemed like he didn't even leave the floor in that first half for more than a minute or 2. Right back out there again, top the offense.
And Diamond had a few shooting woes of his own in the first half, not able to knock down threes, but they set up a lot of offense for him, and I expect to see that continue moving forward.
Thomas has done a very reasonable job at keeping Cliver from taking over the game on his own. Step back. 3, no good there. Bordeaux tried to drop it back at the buzzer, beat the shot clock.
Good close out there by Hope, and Cliver's been held to 8 points so far, only 2 of 9 from the field. Hope's done a good job on him. It's been Thomas a lot, but they've been using multiple bodies.
George will kick to Thomas. He wants to drive, now spins with the left hand, strong, couldn't go. Gam working inside and gets it back. Bicus will kick to an open George, and he leaves it short. And right back to Gam underneath. And he gets it to go, and this Hope team working hard on the offensive glass.
That's the hustle plays you need. You're not knocking down open threes, but you can get on that offensive glass. That's 7 offensive rebounds now. Great finish there by Rake on the other end. Hope complaining that there might have been an offensive foul, but just keep continuing to get those offensive rebounds and put it back up.
Yeah, Rake just pushed Gam right out of the way and goes up with the right hand, uncontested. Coach Mitchell trying to get in a few ears here. Anybody that'll hear him say it wants the forearm extension, the offensive foul. Dykehouse, back to Gam on the elbow here. Shot clock running down. George, we're gonna get a moving screen, I believe the call on Gam here, who will pick up his second foul. So Hope hits a 3 early on, gets another basket. They've got the lead at 7. Now I'm able to get it back here to try and stifle the momentum early on in this second half.
And I'm excited to see how Alma responds. They've been not running a ton of high pick and rolls. We're going to see that look here, and Cliver
right inside. Easy does it. Cliver goes to the left side. Dykehouse now trying to create. He hasn't been too busy on the scoring end. Bicus No foul on either side. Bordeaux now wants to drive on Thomas, goes baseline. Williamson on Gam. Got to be a little more careful now with 2 fouls. Up and under, Williamson blocked by Gam. A great job.
Great defensive play there by Gam, able to move his feet, not let all those spin moves distract him.
George steps into it, roll around the rim, and he still hasn't gotten the make. Thomas has got to be fouled. 2 or 3 hands on him as he tried to grab the offensive rebound, and he is indeed fouled. And they're going to get the 3rd one on Brandon Rake.
That's tough, and we're really seeing Hope bury down the hatches and get some offensive rebounds. It's really helping them out.
Bordeaux out of the game. We're going to see Xavier Glenn back in. Glenn got some early minutes, one of the first subs, and then sat for most of the rest of that first half. And Bargesser in the game for the Scots as well.
And Glenn gave some pretty good minutes in the first half, able to knock down that 1 mid-range jumper. Let's see how he defends a asserted player like Gam.
And right away he loses Gam. Gam gets inside position, but goes up almost with the left hand. He's blocked by Glenn. Hawkins in the game for the Dutch. And Lilja will drive and draw the foul. Saw plenty of good things from him in the first half, certainly earning some minutes here in the second. Bargesser picks up his 2nd foul. They fake the inbound. Gam's going inside for the slam, and he drew that one up perfectly, and Alma bit nobody underneath the rim.
Big man flies to the rim. Great play there, and that's really energizing this Hope bench.
Lilja trying to defend Cliver. He'll go right side. Good help there from Hawkins. Kick out to Williamson. He's wide open for 3. This one won't go. George comes up with it. Tyler George looking to push now. Oh, nice pass to Lilja, a little high. Wide open 3 here for Hawkins. That one's well short. Gam chases down another O-board. Hawkins wants to go inside. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Hope will slow it back down a little bit. They want to go into Gam. He'll kick over. Beckman puts up the 3, and he buries it. And that'll give Hope the 10-point lead, the biggest of the game.
And this is starting to feel like a little bit of a momentum shift into Hope's favor. Great pass there by Gam, able to hit the wide open Dan Beckman.
Lilja gets in the passing lane, knocks it away, energizing this Hope team further. Jackson Halbert comes into the game. And that will force another timeout here. 30 seconds for Ryan Clark and the Alma Scots. So Hope jumps out to a 10-point lead. They're finally able to knock down a few offensive shots. Gam with a few O-boards and a big dunk here. Look at the replay. Both defenders with their back turned. And you got your big man walking free down to the lane. Not something you want to get in the way of big Ryan Gam. Decides to stuff it with 2 hands.
And Ryan gave a great 4.5 minutes there, just constantly on the offensive glass. And I didn't know he had the spring in his legs. He got up there for that dunk. He had to take off a little ways away.
And then a nice kick out and gets the assist as Beckman knocks down the 3 that made it a double-digit lead for the first time here for the Dutchman.
And Hope already picking up a little bit on that 3-point shooting. They only made 2 in the first half, already knocked down 3 in the second half. Continuing to force Alma to play out a little bit, can set up these bigs.
And how will the Scots respond? And they've got Xavier Glenn and Williamson lined up on the elbows here. Trying to get Cliver a look here, I'm sure. And he'll take the long 2, well short off the rim. Tyler George with the rebound.
Hope coming with some small ball here. Evan Thomas at the 4. We saw this a lot last year. Halbert at the 5.
Danny Beckman, kick out to Thomas. He's got Williamson. He'll drive right by. No shot for Williamson to stay in front there. And they got a switch they wanted, a matchup they'll take every time down the floor.
And that's why I love seeing Thomas at the 4. He can take bigger guys off the dribble.
Cliver to Bargesser. The smaller George on him, but too much pivoting. They're going to get called with the travel there. Now the Scots to sub in Alex King, a junior from Grand Rapids West Catholic. First time in the game here for the Scots.
You need a defensive stop here. Your offense hasn't been spectacular to start the second half. Got to force a turnover or something.
Thomas to George, and not on the same page. Lilja able to keep it alive. Going to Halbert. the middle, he'll take the long 2, and that one's short, barely grazed the front of the rim. Quickly, Diamond the other way. They want to go inside. Freshman on freshman. That's a tough, long, right-handed shove. No good. Bargesser able to get the offensive rebound. Wide open, and this time it'll go for Xavier Glenn. Nice pass from Bargesser.
Alma needed that there. Great job getting it down to your big. Unable to hit the first time. Good board there by Bargesser, and he doesn't miss twice.
That's a Xavier to Xavier basket there for Alma. Nice take. Liljev at a great block. Alex King into the game and a nice defensive play.
We haven't seen a lot of King. He's getting some minutes here.
Cliver with Lilja trying to force baseline. You got Thomas inside on Glenn. He goes right around for the easy 2. And the Dutchmen are going to take a timeout now as the Scots fight back to make it an 8-point game, 46-38. Take a quick break here. We'll be right back after this.
4 timeouts.
Welcome back to DeVos Fieldhouse. 13:47 left in this second half. 46-38. Hope's got the lead. A mini run there for Alma. Starting to see the offenses open up a little bit on both sides, and both benches starting to get into the game a little bit more as well. We saw that from Hope in the first half, but Alma getting into it a little bit now. And seeing some great minutes from guys that aren't starters, some bench guys coming in for both teams. Alma, a young team that needs some people to step in and help out. Hope, a team that's got a little more experience, but a lot of guys not dressed for tonight's game.
And we've talked a lot about these Hope guys off the bench so far. We haven't touched as much on these Alma players, and we've seen Glenn do some good things to start this second half, and we saw a great block there by King. If you can get some guys shuffling in high energy plays, you can try to force some turnovers and maybe create different offense.
Danny Beckman leads up the floor. Diamond doing his best to stifle him. Want to go inside to Gam. Nice double team help from King. Almost forced a turnover. Lilja, baseline. George steps into the 3, knocks it down. He finally gets one to go.
Good look there by George. That was actually probably the hardest look he's had all night. He got a good handout there. And if you're going to gamble on that steal, you got to get it.
Cliver, defended by Lilja. Screen from Glenn. They try to go back door. And this one's going to go over to Hope. Couldn't really see in the skirmish with a few players in the way. The ball awarded to the Dutchman.
And Cliver forced it a little bit there.
Trying to make something happen.
Right.
With the backdoor pass, the bounce pass. And Hope's lead, currently 11. That's how you do the backdoor. And Lilja right there. Just a quick fake to the outside. Backdoor. I mean, that's old school. Teach you that in middle school when you learn how to play basketball.
And Lilja, he threw his entire body into that V-cut. That's just so hard to defend.
Thomas, nice help. Glenn turns around, can't get it to go. Do like what I'm seeing from Xavier Glenn, just needs to finish on a few of these looks. Freshman certainly, as we mentioned earlier, a player to watch out for the Scots. Thomas wants to work on Cliver. Gets in a tough spot. Beckman says he wants to fire, and it's short. Oh, an undercut there was Thomas. Looks like he's going to be okay. Diamond gets up off the floor. He can't do that. That's going to be a travel. They go back to Hope. A messy sequence there. And back to the Dutchman.
Both teams need a reset after that one. That was sloppy on both ends. Glenn coming out of the game, breaking back in. Glenn, some positive minutes there.
Yeah, you know, Brandon Rake with the 3 fouls, but you can't just auto bench your guys that you need for the whole game. If they foul out, sure, it doesn't matter if you keep him off the whole game anyways. Time to get him back in to defend Gam.
And down 13 with 12 minutes left, you got to make something happen.
Lilja Dykehouse back in the game for Hope. Beckman to Thomas, thought about a shot. Wants to work on Bargesser, gets right by. Tough shot and great help out there. Gets his own rebound. Bargesser goes to take it away, and he's called for a foul. Alma bench not going to like that one. Bargesser going to pick up his third. They wanted the jump ball.
Yeah, that was a bang-bang play. A great job by Rake actually playing straight up and not allowing Thomas to get to the rim. He's so comfortable slashing inside. Could have really gone either way on that.
Yeah, and again, on replay there, behind Bargesser's back, doesn't really let us see. It looks like live when I saw it from the other side here, I thought he had just ripped it away. Official in close, calls Bargesser's third. Dykehouse looking for somewhere to go with it. They go to Thomas. He tried to catch and shoot in the air. Diamond quickly the other way, looking for the three ball, no good. Gam rushes in. King thought he had an offensive board, and Gam flew in and grabbed it. Dykehouse dribbled right into Casey Constant. Things getting a little sloppy out here. Diamond wants to drive. He's got the kick to the far side, but Thomas was reading it. Pokes it away from King.
Good eyes there by Thomas, able to get into that passing lane as you mentioned, and Hope getting the opportunity to reset now on defense. They've been pretty strong in this half-court set.
I notice Cliver not in the game, a rare sight. He's getting checked out by the training staff. I don't know if he got a little cut or a bump on the nose. And that one's wide right, but Diamond able to get the board. King wants to drive. Flies in, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Lilja stood his ground outside of the arc. And for Bargesser, that's quickly 4 fouls.
And you see it, Cliver out for, what was it, 5 seconds, and the offense just didn't have a flow. They didn't have their primary ball handler.
And if I remember correctly, they called that on Bargesser the offensive foul. I thought we had King driving in. It looks like they're going to confer to make the adjustment, but we do have a full timeout here, so we'll take a quick break, let you know what we hear on the other side. All right, we got some clarification. The foul is indeed on Alex King, his first, which means Bargesser just 3 fouls. King called on the charge as he ran in about every Hope defender out there, tried to make something happen. Lilja drew the charge, so Hope will have the basketball back here. 51-38, they lead by 13. 11 minutes, 13 seconds left here. Kind of that turning point here for Alma, either make the adjustment to start getting some higher quality shots in. Otherwise, this is going to be very difficult to climb back from. Having Cole Cliver back into the game certainly helps. Got checked out by the staff, and he seems to be all right. Just a tiny bump or a bruise.
It feels like it's been forever that this score has been at 51-38. I'm not actually sure how long it's been, but it just, both teams have slowed down a little bit. You get that second half lull. Who's going to come out and attack first?
Gam kicks out to Lilja. Beckman calls for a screen, wants to go against it, get inside. A little sloppy there. Bicus contested wing 3, knock it down. Jeff Bicus started this game hot. Slowed down a bit, but there he is with a big 3 for Hope.
He looks so much more confident this year. Last year he would second guess himself a lot on shots, it seemed, and he's just no hesitation.
Bargesser picks it up and he'll knock down the 3. He's got that high back spin 3-point shot, and he buries it.
And speaking of no hesitation, Bargesser very off on his last 3 and just shows confidence.
And now it's a 3-point shooting contest as Danny Beckman comes back down to the other end and buries it.
A little different than the first half.
Hope's lead is 16. 11 points each for Beckman and for Bicus. Diamond wants to drive right side. He goes right by to the rack. Just kind of cleared out for him, and a nice finish. Dykehouse kicks, Bikehouse spins, goes in, steps back, and couldn't get the roll.
That's the first miss in forever.
Walking right down the lane, Beckman's going to pick up a foul for tripping Brandon Rake. Beckman thought, maybe I'll step in, and he was a millisecond too late to say, that's not a good idea. I have no business stepping in front here. And we're going to see a couple free throw tries for Brandon Rake.
And
so Rake here, his team trailing by 14. Trying to cut in the deficit. This is the best way Alma was able to keep things close in the first half, but well short here for Brandon Rake.
And this has been a hard game for Rake. We've talked about his foul trouble, and it's so hard to just build up what you're doing when you're in and out of the game so much. You can't get a feel for the game.
Second shot here for Rake. This one he knocks down. Pure on the second effort. Dykehouse. To Bicus, they continue to try and get into Gam, who's played almost entirely quality minutes tonight, but Beckman not on the same page with George, and the Dutchman throw it away.
No, it seemed like Beckman thought George was going to curl off of that and look for an open shot, and George seemed to think that he was setting up another guy for a look.
Cliver has been relatively ineffective for his standards in the second half, just 2 points so far. Dykehouse steals it away. They're going to have a 2-on-none here. Dykehouse will take it himself. Cliver tried to fly it in. And Dykehouse, who hasn't scored too much tonight, just 4 points with a breakaway bucket.
Great defensive play there, and you see how explosive Clayton Dykehouse is. Gets down the court in almost 3 or 4 dribbles.
Cliver swatted by Gam. A last-second convergence. Bargesser, not this time, offensive board. No good Williamson either, and Gam gets the board. Going inside, Bicus couldn't finish there. Just got a little bit too finesse at the end.
The energy's picked up a lot in these last couple of minutes. There's been so much more driving through the play, and let's see, can Alma hit some shots, get back in?
Cliver, catch and shoot, no good. And I think they're going to get George with the foul here. Trying to get some leverage on Isaiah Williamson. The disadvantage for George ends up with his second foul. Evan Thomas going to come in with Gam here. Both teams going a little bit smaller. Harris Hawkins in for the Dutchman. Casey Constant checks in to take Diamond's spot. Bordeaux in as well. So Hope's going to be a little bit undersized against Williamson and Rake here. That's a tough task for Hawkins to have to guard here. He's definitely going to need some help. And that leaves wide open cutters like Cliver to come inside.
And Hawkins, you mentioned it, he's only 6'5", but he has done a good job being a grinder in this game. And all of a sudden, a little open up.
Beckman drives, was looking for the back door. Thomas wasn't there, so he had to float it last second. Thomas will put up the 3. Rake tried to get in his face, contested just enough. Bordeaux with the rebound. Just 13 points now. Alma looking to cut into it. This undersized Hope lineup on the floor. Trying to save their bigs for some healthy minutes the final stretch of this game. Cut inside to Cliver, defended by George. Tough turnaround, left it short. Thomas just grabs it right off the rim.
Strong rebound there by Thomas, and that shot just isn't falling. 4 of 13 now for Cliver.
Boy, Thomas, tough to keep in front as well. Drives left side, he's fouled. Won't be shooting. No NBA continuation there. 32nd timeout called here by Hope. Just trying to grab the foul. See if we can get back to you as soon as we find out. So Hope with the 59-46 lead, 7:42 left. And the turnovers, you know, slowed down a little bit. Alma doing a better job this half taking care of the ball. Just 18 total, if I recall, 13 in the first half, but still something they definitely need to work on. And for Hope, really the difference we see here with the 13-point lead compared to that close 2 to 4 point game we saw most first half, they're knocking down those outside shots. Just 2 makes in the first half and several in this second half.
And Hope looks like a different team. Obviously, you've mentioned the shooting. They've just come out, they've hustled well, and on the Alma end, their positive they can take away from this so far is they've out-rebounded Hope in the second half, despite Hope doing pretty well on the offensive glass, but they just haven't been able to make the constant shooting work out, and they find themselves on the defensive end again.
Hope will look to inbound quickly here. Fake turnaround to George, gets inside and somehow gets it to go. I mean, that's just another okie doke there. We saw Gam with the fake handoff. This time ran like he was gonna set the screen up top, turned right around, caught it, got the layup.
George sold that so well.
Thomas trying to shut down Cliver. Casey Constant, quick step back crossover, no good. Looking to push again, they go up top to George. On Constant, lost the ball, poked away. It'll stay with the Dutchman. Alex King will check back in for the Scots, and Casey Constant will head back to the bench. Dutchman will inbound again, very successful the last time. Go up top to George. Want to feed it inside to Hawkins. They like his matchup with Bordeaux. Oh, and he tried to swing corner. Beckman looked like he was just going to evacuate the corner at the time he passed, and it's a turnover.
And I think that was the setup there to try to hit Beckman in the corner, and it was almost there, just a little off on the pass.
Lead for Hope 15. Cliver wants to cut into it. Hope's just been doubling every time he drives, but it's wide open. Diamond can't get it to go. Bordeaux with some great hustle. He runs it down. Looking to kick. King, nowhere to go with it. Giving Cliver the left here. Gam ready to help. Good talk from Gam on the help defense, but reaching in a little bit too much. You can hear left, 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 with no fans in the stadium. It's great to hear those defensive guys talking.
Yeah, they're definitely connected at the hip defensively, and I like the approach that Cliver took there, though. When things aren't going quite as well for your offense, get some contact and try to force fouls, get back to the line.
Great position inside, and Gam's gonna pick up a foul right there, his third. Just had no shot as Rake sealed him off inside. King, the left elbow. Cliver gonna drive and can't get it to go. Gam tries to tip it out. Cliver gets the rebound again. A lot of opportunities here for Alma. They got to finally get one to go, and they're gonna get a foul here. No question about that on Hawkins. The Diamond's gonna go to the line to shoot two.
Does want to say how great of a job Hope is doing at playing straight out and not fouling. Just a little bit of a bailout there at the end of the possession.
Yep, Hawkins flies over, doing his best to prevent the easy layup. It's going to make Diamond earn it at the line. He makes the first. Second look here for Diamond. Knocks him down. Cuts it to 13.
And these next 2 minutes are going to be huge. Can Alma cut this lead to inside 10 and put themselves in a little bit better of a position coming down the stretch?
Hawkins looking to get it inside. Gam tried to seal. Thomas, quick fake, goes left to Gam in the corner, wide open. Oh, Hawkins went up and down with it. The closeout from Rake got in his head, should have just gone up quickly. Wasted possession there for the Dutchman.
And Alma needed that right there. If you can score on this possession, cut it to 11, maybe even 10, you're back in this one.
6 minutes to go, still plenty of time. Cliver can heat up and hit a few shots too. Alex King drives left side. Gam had the help there. Long two, left short. Thomas with the rebound. Left side, Beckman here on the wing. Goes against the screen. Gam didn't want the long two. Good for Hope probably at this point to take longer possession here. I'm sure that's part of the factor in Gam not wanting to put it up. But now he will off the glass, no good. Cliver can take this one himself, pulls up for two and just off the mark again. George going up for rebound, and that's gonna go on King as he tried to sneak in and spun George around.
And I get you need to score, but taking an off-balance mid-range shot just doesn't feel like the right offense for that situation. Try to get just at least a screen there to try to set up a little bit more of an open shot.
Yeah, and it's difficult. Part of that is, Cliver realizes he needs to score because the other scoring options have been limited, and he has so much talent. I think there he just saw the guys backing off, not giving the layup. He figured I might as well pull up for it. So it's definitely a difficult situation. You're down 13. You've just got to try and get some shots up, too. Bicus with the fake. Good job covering the Thomas backs cut there by Cliver. And the foul here going on Bordeaux. And a little more size coming in for the Scots. Williamson in and Bargesser. Bargesser, the freshman from Grass Lake. Another guy that's seen some significant minutes for this young Alma team. And moving screen. Gonna go on Tyler George here. Bargesser with the inbound. Coach Mitch trying his hardest to make his plea. No coach likes to see that offensive legal screen called. It's such a difficult thing that can kill your offensive momentum pretty quickly. Inside, nice feed. Brandon Rake, easy finish over the top. 11-point game.
Great job there by Rake. He's been so open this game. He just hasn't been decisive with his looks. And right there, gets the ball, goes up very quick and strong. Thomas curling, trying his hardest to get it to Gam, but lost it off his leg. Lilja comes in for Tyler George, and Alma can make it single digits here. 4:36 left in the second half. And Hope up to 12 turnovers now. And this seems to be the closing lineup for maybe both teams, but definitely Alma getting Williamson in, Rake back in, Cliver.
Nice little floater there. Cole Cliver getting a look. The Scots need it. It's a 9-point game.
First time being within 10 in a while. Let's see how Hope attacks.
Thomas to Gam now. Gam, not someone Brandon Rake is worried about taking the outside shot, letting him stay back and help on defense. Lilja, shot fake, and he's going to draw a foul on Brandon Rake. That's his fourth, but just 4 minutes left. Got to imagine he stays in and plays it out.
I expect him to stay in, but you got to be so much more careful now. That's a frustrating foul there for Rake. I would expect Hope to just go inside now, pound it.
Yeah, you got to really try to go at him, no question. See if you can let Gam work on him, and if he's going to be less aggressive defensively, see if he can get himself some baskets. Lilja's first at the line. No good. Bicus tried getting the rebound, but it's Williamson. Cliver, defended by Lilja. They're going to give him the left. Goes inside and just floats it right over top, and he can't let him heat up if he's Hope. He's got 2 of those in a row now. He's comfortable shooting over top of the big guys.
And that's a matchup he likes. He hasn't been guarded by Lilja much this game, able to show that speed.
Dykehouse takes it in dead, kicked out. Bicus way off. Gam got to be careful going over the back there. Rake comes up with the rebound. It is a 7-point game. Alma can really start to make this Hope team sweat. Bargesser in the corner. Good defense from Thomas. Nowhere to go. And a timeout called here by Ryan Clark and the Scots. They do not want to waste this opportunity. Down just 7 points with the ball, 3:24 to go. And it's a full timeout. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back into DeVos. Alma Scots fighting back to cut this to a 7-point game. 3:24 left here, 61-54. Hope hanging on a lead, but the Scots have the ball, 17 seconds on the shot clock. And, you know, we've talked about it. Hope has get out to this big lead here in the second half because they're knocking down the threes. They're without their biggest scorer in the paint, Preston Granger, also their overall leading scorer, averaged 20 points a game last year, first team all MIAA selection. So I think they're definitely seeing some of that. Gam getting some really great minutes in. Offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, getting up in front of some shots, but not a guy that's going to come out and score you 20 points, as you mentioned to me in the break. So I think the shooting goes cold on the outside here, and all of a sudden Alma's right back in the game because Hope just doesn't really have an answer in the paint.
It's something scary to look at for Hope down the stretch. They're 1 of 5 from the free throw line in this game compared to the 78, 11 of 14 that Alma is, and free throw shooting is such a crucial component of this game, especially within the last 2 minutes.
17 seconds on the shot clock here. Cliver inbound. Diamond right wing. The closing minutes of this game. Wake up top. Cliver's got to imagine he's going to try to take over here. Pulls up. This one no good. Bargasser tries to get the rebound. Dykehouse fighting for it, and Dykehouse going to be called for a foul. And he just can't believe it. Hope's been playing so aggressively all game. Both teams really have on defensive end, and he can't believe this time he's called for the foul.
And again, that's another one we talk about that could have gone either way, and we're going to see Cliver back at the line.
Cliver to try and cut into this lead. He can make it a 5-point game. Look at the replay. Both guys going at it. And again, just so fast. Dykehouse just disbelief. Second free throw, good. Cliver has made this a 5-point game. Just over 3 minutes to go, and Hope in desperate need of a basket, sitting on 61 points for a while.
That's some clutch free throw shooting right there. He struggled a little bit early, and now he's 7 of 9.
What was a 13-point lead cut down. 8 pretty quick points from the Scots. Dykehouse trying to make something happen. A lot of dribbling. Now drives, kicks out. Bad pass. Lilja has to save. It's a turnover. Williamson. Here's Cliver now. He's going to try and take this one right to the hole himself. Dykehouse blocked it. Out of bounds. And Dykehouse will come out of the game. Tyler George will check in.
And you know exactly what you're going to see here. You're going to see Cliver get the ball, hop of the key, and he's going to look for a mid-range shot.
Get it into Williamson. Gonna take it right at Evans. The size advantage. Couldn't get it to go. Wake had a rebound try. Oh, that one staying with the Scots. Gam came in, but it looked like Wake might have had that one go off his hand. Again, we've had so many of those close ones. But Alma with another chance here.
That was wrong. Williamson goes baseline. Good look there, just unable to finish. And yeah, another interesting review.
Cliver, step back, no good. Wake with the rebound. Alma with another chance. Williamson with the 3, buries it. 2-point ball game.
Oh, we're sweating now. Williamson's been great in this second half.
And Alma feeling it, and they should be climbing right back into this game. A huge run for the Scots. 3, Lilja, no good. Rebound, Rake. And now the Scots have a chance to tie or take the lead. Cliver has got to try and take over here, right? There's the 2. No good. Could have tied it. Rake with the rebound. Gam fouls him. That's his 4th. And Rake's going to line a chance to tie. And Hope has just fallen flat on their faces on the offensive end and on the defensive end as well. Alma just getting rebound after rebound. So many chances. It seems like we've hardly been looking over to our right. The entire game in the last 5 minutes has been over to our left on the Alma side of the ball.
It's been such gritty play, too. It hasn't been beautiful offense. They've done so well at just getting offensive rebounds and continuing to fight.
So Brandon Rank, the junior center from Whitehall, rattles home the first one, and now a shot to tie. 1:40 left in this game. And this depleted Hope team looking for answers from the bench here. Without a few of their guys they usually want to go to in the situation. Dead silence falls to Jim. Rake left it well short. Bicus got a key rebound there. 135. Hope desperately looking for a basket. Alma has all of the momentum in their favor, and it looked like Thomas was shoved and fouled underneath.
Who's that foul on?
And Thomas will go to the line, and that is going to be the 5th foul for Brandon Rake, who tried to push his way through Evan Thomas, and that is a tough foul for the Scots, as they had no answer for Rake down the stretch here. And here's Thomas going to the line for 1-and-1 until the Scots figure out a substitute to come into the game for Rake. And it's going to be Xavier Glenn, the young freshman, who's got to step in. And boy, that right there could be the difference. And you know, it's tough an off-ball foul, but you can see it happen, and ran right in to Thomas, just hustling, trying to keep up on defense. And he accidentally found himself running over Evan Thomas, who will now shoot 1-and-1 here at the line.
Absolutely massive. 5 offensive rebounds for Rake. And Glenn's given good minutes, but he just doesn't have that size proponent.
So Thomas's free throw, no good. He misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Scots have the ball down 1. Cliver's going to take it down here, call the timeout, and the junior just has a focused look on his face. The emotional level of Cliver through this game, whether he's missing 5 shots in a row or coming down here and taking over the game, is completely even-keeled. It's what they expect out of their leader, the junior, the leading scorer, and he's helped his team get to within just 1 point here. 61-60 Hope with the lead, 124, but Alma's got the ball back, and as you mentioned, they've been fighting getting the ball back, but their biggest rebounder in Brandon Rake can't finish the last minute and a half of this ball game.
Right, and I'm so impressed by how composed Cliver's been. You were just talking about how even keel he's been this entire game, and in that last possession we saw Hope have that missed free throw. Alma's bench is picking it up, and you need one possession. Can you get an open shot? And if Cliver's not able to be the guy, can you find someone else who can step up and make a big play?
Well, again, that's been Rake for the most part with those offensive rebounds. And you know, a guy who wouldn't surprise me is another freshman. Xavier Bargesser is a guy who put up a few shots and you thought, boy, is that the shot you want? And he's knocked him down. The freshman has confidence, and they got another freshman in right now, Xavier Glenn, who's put in some good minutes, but these are the minutes now. Minute 24, you got your game end lineups, and he's been entrusted to take these final minutes, and he's got to come in. If there's a miss, try and get an offensive rebound, and we'll see what they draw up here again without their starting big man out. And if it's something other than a shot by Cole Cliver, it'll be a little bit surprising to say the least. This guy's been able to shoot over much taller players, and they sag on him because they don't want him to get straight to the rim because he's got such quickness and great body control. But then he just floats it over the top.
And we'll see Poling come into the game for Glenn here. Interesting decision.
Jack Poling, the junior, going to get a little more experience, a little more age out here on the floor. Cliver, kick out Williamson, well contested by Bicus. In and out. He had that one halfway down, and Hope's got the ball. I'd imagine they're going to try and take it slow and get a basket, but they haven't scored in several minutes, so any good shot you can get here for Hope, even if it's right now, I think you got to take it.
And man, that was a great setup there.
Bicus to Beckman. He'll take it from the wing. That one's too strong. Rebounded by Bargesser. And Alma's going to have a chance again. Still that 61 just looming on the board for Hope. Switch here. Bicus. Cliver's going to drive inside. And one! 3-point play the old-fashioned here for Cliver. As we mentioned, he's just going to try to take over this game as he should. And they got a switch with Bicus on him, got around, and the help was just too late getting over.
Incredible. And it was a good hedge there by Bicus. He just fought through it and able to finish through contact. And he's been just by far the superstar coming down this stretch.
We talked about the Dutchman holding off of his scoring average, which is about 19. Well, he's got 18 now, and he's going to the line to make it his 19th point. And the Scots lead by 1, and they can make it 2 with a free throw here. Hope had a 13-point lead. They had a 17-point lead. Things were cruising. 61 points. I got to look at our live stats or play-by-play and take a look. That 61 has been on the scoreboard for a very long time. 41.7 remaining here. DeVos again, mostly empty. A few cameras from the media here, our broadcast crew. And both teams very quiet here, but some energy certainly being created by both benches, trying to do what they can to fill in for the missing fans here at DeVos.
And doing our due diligence here, it was 61-46. It's just been an incredible comeback here by Alma, and it's been led just by consistently getting offensive rebounds and allowing Cliver to go to work.
And that's with 7:40 on the clock, folks. Hope has not scored a basket in 7 minutes. The lead went from 15 points down to a deficit of 1. Could be 2 here if Cliver, as we probably expect him to do, can knock down this free throw.
And I'm really interested to see on the other end, who's Hope going to go to? Obviously, it's been such a cold, disjointed last couple minutes, and it's been a pretty consistent scoring day. We've seen Bicus score 11, but he's cooled off in the second half. Beckman's been consistent. We've seen Evan Thomas be kind of the closer for this team. I wonder if they'll go that way.
Well, I think you look at Beckman, you look at George, you look at Thomas, are your 3 guys that are most confident in putting up a shot when it needs to go here. See if they work something, get a Gam or Bicus to screen one of those guys open. Chance to make the lead 2 here. Cliver knocks it down, 63-61, Alma on top. Let's see what this Hope team is made of in the first game here, facing their first deficit in this second half. Thomas will go top of the key. It's going to be George for 3, and he buries it, contested by Bargasser. How about that? Hope's got the lead again.
Incredible setup, great screen, and a clean shot there by George.
But Alma will have the last shot here if they choose. Shot clock is off. Cliver dribbles over for the timeout. 24.4 seconds left. A 1-point lead for Hope. It's a full timeout, but I think we got to keep it here. Let's take a look at the replay. They just decide we're going to get one of our guys that's confident in that classic lean in, lean to the side shot from Tyler George. Not conventional, but when it works, nobody cares. And he's really one of the best shooters I've seen coming out of high school, and excited about him coming into Hope. Nice to see him working his way into a starting spot, getting so many minutes, and struggling the first half. Everyone was able to knock down a couple this half, and that one, the biggest shot we've seen from either team so far. Tough to top Cliver coming down, getting the end 1. They go 2. Hope doesn't have a basket, 7 minutes, and Tyler George says, well, just let me get this contested 3 off.
And that's a testament to how much confidence you need to play at this stage. We see, obviously, George was their best shooter coming out of last season, but he's been pretty cold tonight. He's up to 4 of 11 now, but he was 3 of 10 going into that shot, and only was 1 of 4 from 3. Just a complete clutch look.
So now we'll go right back to the other game. I mean, this is the excitement we look for in college basketball. Get a few timeouts mixed in here. It really starts to build the tension. The anxiety rises as things slow down. 24.4 seconds. And just like that, Alma down by 1 when it seemed like Hope just had a lid on the rim. George steps in, knocks it down. Not the play I was expecting to see him go with. Earlier in the shot clock than you think. They kick it out, contested 3. But they, like I said, you're just picking one of those 3 players that I think are most confident getting a shot off. They give it to him, let him knock it down.
And not at all. They had Thomas on the right wing. I thought they were going to run an action with him and Gam. And they obviously fooled Alma too.
So here we go. Diamond to inbound. They certainly want to go to Cliver. Thomas trying to deny the whole way. They'll float it all the way over and get it into Poling. Cliver now going to dribble it out. Be astonished if he wasn't the one that takes the shot. They'll clear out. Gam sitting in the paint, ready to help.
He's got Thomas, the best wing defender on him.
Thomas forces him. Cliver off balance. He knocks it down. The floater moving to his left with the right hand. Hope's going to play this one out. Down 1, no timeout. Thomas, top of the key. He wants to drive right side. Hook shot, won't go. Rebound. Foul called right as time expired. And Alma is going to win this game. We'll see what the foul call is going to be. No discussion here. And they're going to say it's on the rebound. The clock's at 0 here either way. So this game is going to end. The foul on Lilja, and there's no time on the clock here. Yet we see Jack Poling going to the free throw line. Foul call as time expired, and just like that, Alma College is going to come into DeVos Fieldhouse in the first game of the season and get the victory over Hope. Hope went 7 minutes without a basket. Finally get the 3 to take the lead. We knew it was going to be Cliver to take the last shot. He's moving left, floats it to the right, and knocks it down. Looks like they're going to try and put a little bit of time on the clock. They're trying to get things figured out here. 0.4 seconds left.
Back to Cliver's great shot. He scored 14 points in the last 10 minutes of this game. He was struggling so much early to find a footing and just comes back and shows so much grace and energy to get him back into this game.
And boy, Alma just completely took over. Like we said, you go 7 minutes without a basket. It's going to be hard to win a basketball game. If the fact that it was this close and that Hope got the lead back with a few seconds, astonishing. And we said we knew it was going to be Cliver to take the shot. He just worked and worked until he got just the slightest angle on Thomas, and the Hope wasn't able to get there. First free throw here, no good for Poling. But really, if you're the Scots with a 1-point lead, I think you just missed this one on purpose anyways. You force the rebound, game's over. No way you catch it, turn around, and throw it the whole court.
I was about to ask that, exactly what I would have thought.
Yeah, you make it, you go up 2, but you let them chuck a pass down court and quickly pop up a 3. I imagine you got to just say, chuck this straight off the square and let it hit the rim and bounce out for a weird rebound, and the game's over.
I mean, point 4, you barely have time to even throw up a yuck shot.
You're in tip range,
yeah,
so if they miss, the game's over. If they make, maybe Hope chucks it down and tries to tip something up in the air. But, man, regardless, what a comeback from the Scots. And Hope on offense, again, we mentioned it certainly doesn't help you got 7 guys who aren't dressed, can't play tonight. But regardless, things are going smoothly, going well. You're knocking down some shots. All of a sudden, the 3 balls don't go, and you just didn't have an answer to get anybody scoring at the rim. And Alma slowly chipped away that 15-point deficit to the lead. And what a fantastic finish in this first game.
And you mentioned the people that are out, but it really hasn't. There's no excuse. When you're up 17 in the second half, it's just debilitating. And yeah, the offense has just been anemic. And it's got to be a crushing blow after George hits that huge 3. But credit to Alma. They came out here, didn't get discouraged when they were down, and had a great comeback.
Yeah, this is an Alma team that's given up 93, 97, and 99. Hope with just 64 here. He will miss it. And I don't think anyone for Hope touched that ball. And the clock started. And once again, we're going to have to try and sort something out here. That's twice now the buzzer's gone off, but we are probably going to have some more basketball. Hope was waiting for that ball to bounce so they could get some momentum going toward the rim and chuck up a half-court shot.
I was a little surprised there why Poling didn't just punch the ball. It was right next to him. Maybe
sure.
Just didn't know what the situation was.
All you got to do is tap it. But the other side of that is you don't want to reach in, have the most ridiculous foul called on you ever. I think right there you say stay away, let them shoot a half-court shot. If it goes, good for them. But I'm thinking the same thing. Man, you just go touch that with your finger. The game's over. But
punch it out of bounds. It doesn't matter.
So it didn't look like anyone touched it. They accidentally start the clock. The clock ends. So at this point, I think you got to say, well, Hope's got to have a chance because they started too early. But where do you inbound the ball from? I mean, this is a dead ball, so I think Hope's got to probably inbound the ball from pretty deep back here. But that's an advantage for Hope, giving them a chance to maybe inbound. But even like you say, you pretty much got to tip this one in.
I'm sure it's baseline, but it's unrealistic to think that they're going to get a tip in from the opposite side of the court. I think it's going to have to be at least like a 3/4 court shot. You can obviously, in point 4, get that turn and send it, but it's going to be a weird look, and maybe set like a screen on the right side and try to pull someone across.
So just a potential Hope miracle stands in the way of Alma's first win of the season. By far the best game that they have played so far. Lilja wants to inbound. And just trying to work out this last-second strategy. They go to Thomas. He'll turn and shoot. He got it off. And it's off the top of the glass. It will not go. And that is an Alma College Scots victory. An ecstatic team celebrating amongst themselves a 65-64 victory to improve to 1-3 overall. Hope with a crushing defeat. 15-point lead erased. They get it back with 24 seconds. They give it up. And there's nothing they could do about it from there. The Scots proved to 1-3. Hope will fall to 0-1. And again, Hope without 7 players. I don't know how many of those guys are going to be back, but Hope has got a game tomorrow at Calvin. Some of you maybe didn't even realize it because it's been such an interesting and weird season that back-to-back days with games. They go to Calvin tomorrow afternoon at Calvin, so we won't have the broadcast, of course. You can catch that one on TV and see how Hope can try to bounce back. Maybe they'll have a couple of guys that were out tonight that can jump back in. Think they're going to need them to get some help on the offensive end. This Alma team, again, 93, 97, 99. They've given up in the first 3 games. They give up just 64 here on the road to Hope. Noah, final thoughts on this what ended up being back and forth final seconds from what seemed like a pretty humdrum second half of a basketball game.
A great win there for Alma. Obviously the spectacular comeback. And for Hope, maybe this is a coachable moment. You got 3 games, I believe, in the next 5 days. I'm pretty sure you have one early next week too. And let's see how they come out against Calvin tomorrow. This is going to be a frustrating loss, and can they use that to motivate them in a positive manner?
Certainly wonder what Calvin's thinking looking at this as they approach their game, but they'll always be prepared because you just never know what's going to happen in the rivalry. I've seen teams that on paper were a heck of a lot better lose by 20 points to Calvin, or teams from Calvin that on paper are a heck of a lot better lose by 20 points to Hope. Could go either way. So the rivalry tomorrow afternoon. Thanks for tuning in with us tonight. I'm Blaine Wiersbicki alongside Noah Russo. Alma College gets their first win of the season, 65-64 over Hope. We will see you next time.